Did you know that for this show, the worker jumpsuits were chosen for their loose design to mask the gender of the workers and to create a colony vibe to the setting? The soldiers' masks were designed specifically to resemble the face of an ant. The second season definitely has a lot more mixed reviews and mixed feelings than the first season, but there's a lot of good things that still happen in the show. There's still a lot of stuff I need to discuss and talk about. I'm going to talk about the good stuff first, and then the stuff I didn't like I will save for the end. So the first thing I liked about Season 2 was there's a very different feel this time around because Gyu-young is, kind of becoming a hero. He wants to be the hero. He wants to lead basically a revolt and take over the Squid game, capture people, and put an end to the game. So he's going into this with strategic plan. He's using the money he earned to go against something that's going to be very, very hard to beat. And he's also giving a little more hope to people. He wants more people to survive this time, so he's giving them tips and tricks to survive. The presence of hope is a lot stronger this time around just because you really want Gyu-young to be successful. I actually think all these changes that were made in Season 2 made the show even more interesting, more immersive. I liked how, one, the players were a lot younger this time around. And we also got a little more higher stakes because, there's a pregnant woman, there's a mother and son duo who were my favorite characters from this season. You can really relate even more to these characters because they're like the same age as you. Like, I'm 29. A lot of the players this time around were around the same age as me, so it was a lot more relatable. It was a lot more real for me to watch. When you're in your 20s and you're in this much debt, like, I like the approach that the director took with this. He was trying to make a point of like how many young people are in debt nowadays. It really sucks, and how they are trying to get out of debt just as well. And then also the guards, I like to change what they do with the guards because, as we know, the guards are not allowed to take off their mask at any point because their identity is supposed to be top secret. They start right off the bat with guard number 11, and they show a couple other guards too. That's a very interesting choice to show the guards' faces this time around. I'm not really sure why. Maybe add a little more humanity to the guards too. Maybe it's just like you have sympathy for the guards involved, specifically guard number 11. You're supposed to have sympathy for them too because they're all in the game together. Maybe they don't have a choice either. And then I'd have to say the move made by player 1, hiding in plain sight. I gotta say, man, the guy who plays player 1, he needs to win all the awards because he could literally walk up to me. I would believe anything he would say. I would sympathize with him on every level. The amount of trustworthiness and manipulating he did is like sociopath level. And just what he did to change the overall tone and the outcome of this season. So it's like having these two forces. You have Gyu-young, who is kind of hope, and then you have player number 1, who is false hope, and they come together. And of course, the crazy thing about when you watch this is Gyu-young has no idea that he's being played. Like, his emotions are being played on, his hope is being played on. Like, absolutely incredible performance here. There's so many great performances in this season. I've been seeing so many memes about Thanos, and I never really understood the references because everyone was just jumping on Season 2 right away. I was always like, who is this Thanos guy they're talking about? He was a very interesting character, very fun addition. Like, I love just having that one psycho character. We didn't have that in Season 1, and he was a really great character. So here are the things I didn't like about Season 2. First off, there were not as many episodes this time around as Season 1. Season 1 had 9 episodes. Season 2 only had 7, and they weren't all an hour long. I felt like Season 2 did not end as well as Season 1 did. It felt very abrupt. Second thing I didn't like about this season is I would have loved to see more games. We did not get that many games this time around. If you count the first game as just a repeat, so we only got 3 new games, and they were focused way too much on the voting aspect this time around. I know they were trying to make it a different experience, and it was all kind of part of the elaborate scheme that the front man had, giving the people hope, giving Gyu-young hope that he would be able to convince enough people to finally quit on the games, but they wasted way too much time on the voting aspect. Every time the game was over, they would vote. It took away a lot of momentum. It took away a lot of intrigue from me. It really just kind of came to a screeching halt a couple times. I lost interest in the show for a little bit because, like, are we really going, like, are we voting again? Like, this whole voting thing was kind of stupid. to include almost every episode. I would prefer them to just keep going straight through and including more games instead of voting all the time. And my favorite episode from season 2 was episode 6, and I feel like episode 6 is always that episode where everything gets super emotional, chaotic, crazy. You know something bad's going to happen. You're going to start losing people. It's going to start to hurt. You're going to start experiencing some pain, losing your favorite players. The game was pretty fun though. I really liked the game that they played, Mingle. The games from this first season and this season are pretty organized. There's not a whole lot of chaos in these games. It's just a lot of high pressure and high stress, some skill, mostly luck. But the thing I love with Mingle is it really shook all that up and created complete pandemonium and chaos and panic. So with season 2 being over and we now know season 3 is on the way, there's a lot of questions I have out there still. There's a few theories and hopes I have. Really the big question is, how are they going to wrap this up? How are they going to end it? Is it going to be a happy ending or is it not going to be? Because at this point in the game, it does not look good for anybody. I do not see how Gyu-young and everyone involved are going to beat Squid Game, are going to beat, all the elites, the frontman, the guards, everybody. I don't see a way out of that. Definitely interested to see what happens to the frontman's brother, the policeman, and all the people involved trying to get onto that island. Did not see that coming with the ship's captain. I wonder what role he's playing, like why he ended up doing what he did. That was very unexpected. With the betrayals here too, I'm very, very excited to see Gyu-young's reaction to Player 1 when Player 1 finally reveals himself as the frontman and just the utter kick in the gut, the betrayal, the anger, the frustration, the hate, whatever incredible feelings Gyu-young is going to be feeling. I cannot wait to see that moment. I've also heard some rumors out there that Guard 11 might actually be an unsung hero, might be someone who actually ends up helping out Gyu-young and all the players involved, just because how she's been treated. And I'm not sure. I mean, that'd be really cool to see her turn around, but I don't know. Theories are theories, I mean, it's all just a guess. It's all optimism. Really excited. Anything could happen. I think it's going to be really, really painful. I mean, we've already lost so many people. We've already seen so many heartbreaking things. I just have a bad feeling that this is not going to end well. It may not be a happy ending. Nobody knows who to trust anymore. They're just running out of hope. They're kind of just giving into the possibility like they're never going to beat Squid Game. They're never going to get out of this, and they've kind of accepted their fate now. But we shall see. I'm very, very excited. So June cannot come soon enough. So for season 2 of Squid Game, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 Mudflaps. Remember to leave me a thumbs up and drop in the comments below. What are your hopes for season 3? See you next time.